I think we will get started here.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. Good morning to the Getting the Most Out of Google My Business webinar. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if anyone else was on the tourism mini conference this morning with Terry O'Reilly. Tough act to follow, but thanks for joining us and sticking around for more learning today. I want to just kick things off by thanking our, telling you that this project is brought to you by the Digital Service Squad as part of the Digital Main Street program. And just a shout out to our funding partners and sponsorship. The Digital Main Street program is brought to you by FedDev Ontario, the province of Ontario, the Ontario BIA Association, along with the Toronto Association of BIAs. And here in Simcoe, South Georgian Bay, the program is managed by your South Georgian Bay Small Business Enterprise Center with additional support from the County of Simcoe, the town of Collingwood, and the town of the Blue Mountains. We are super grateful for all of their support in making this possible. If you have not reached out to your local squad to learn about all of the digital marketing supports available to you through the Digital Main Street program and beyond, you can book a 30-minute free consultation. They're all free services, but book that free 30-minute consult to get started. And the link to do so, I am dropping in the chat box along with the where you can find more information on the Enterprise Center website. So we're really excited to be here today. With me, I've got Karen Gibson from the Digital Service Squad, along with Maggie Mullen. And we're going to be taking you through everything Google My Business, making the most out of Google My Business, all of the tools available to you. And we're excited to have you and to share this with you. So I'm going to hand off to Karen to get us started.
Thanks, Ben. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you all came to our webinar. So happy you could join us. In this webinar, we're going to attempt to share easy but effective tips to get the most out of Google My Business. I've already stumbled on my teeth. Sorry. Let's face it, your Google My Business listing is often the first interaction someone might have with your brand. So let's optimize it and make it the most effective as possible. Okay, next slide. What is Google My Business anyway? It's a free and easy to use tool for businesses and organizations to manage their online presence across Google, including search and maps. It allows customers to find your business when searching for you online. You can try it for yourself on your phone. Google search your company name on your mobile device and see what you get. Why is Google My Business so important? Well, it's the first thing that users see even before they reach your website. It makes contact information and open hours very easy to find. So all of that information is on your Google My Business listing. It puts you on Google Maps, and it's essential for local SEO for queries specific to your services or your products. It helps you tell your story, and it allows you to post photos and updates and events and products. So of course, if somebody is searching for you online, they can find all this information very easily without even going to your website.
Can I just add too, Karen, that, yeah, I think it's, you can't stress the importance enough of the accuracy of that information, making sure that it's up to date, because it is such a kind of frontline entity, product that is, right in front of people,
Mhm.
that is kind of, it's a go-to, right? For
Right.
a lot of, especially mobile searchers. They're just probably looking for your phone number, looking for your hours of operation. And I got to say, there is nothing more frustrating than showing up at a business when the when the Google My Business said they were open,
Yeah.
to find closed doors. So yeah, can't stress that, the importance of keeping it up to date, and that's like the first and simplest thing that you can do, I'd say.
70% of shoppers make a purchase from a business that they found in the search engine. By listing your business on Google, you can appear right when people are searching for products and services like yours, allowing them to learn more about you and get in touch with you and ultimately purchase from you. First of all, you've got to make sure you have a Google My Business listing. Make sure, in the first place, which would be evident through the search that you just did if you did it on your phone. Go to google.com business to sign in if you haven't done so already. You can either sign in with a pre-existing Google account or create a new one. And then just follow the prompts to complete the listing. We won't go over the whole process here, but certainly if you need help, our digital service squad would be happy to assist you with that. I think Ben already put in the contact information to get a hold of our squad members if you need some help. Once you have your Google My Business listing account set up, it needs to be optimized to make it as effective as possible. So how do we optimize the Google My Business listing? That's hard to say sometimes. Google My Business. Okay, well, first of all, you need to fill out the whole profile. That means all the contact details, your location, your hours of operation, your website, a list of all your services, a description of your business, the category that your business fits in, and the attributes that you may, and the features that you may have. They're like special offerings, like if you have pickup or your accessibility to handicap, or activities that you have, like, or Wi-Fi if you're a hotel, that kind of thing. This information should always be accurate and up to date. Give Google as much information about your business as possible. It makes it easier for them to match your business to customer searches. In other words, it improves your search ranking. Just stuck this in here just for your information. It's how Google actually determines your local ranking. It's based basically on three primary factors: relevance, distance, and prominence. A combination of these factors helps Google find you in a business best match for when you're searching for something. Relevance is how well your listing matches a search. Make sure to add complete and detailed information to help Google better understand your business and match your profile to relevant searches. Distance, how far your location is from the searcher or search. If a user doesn't specify a location in search, Google will calculate the distance based on what they do know about their location. Prominence, how well a business is, how well known a business is. It's also based on information that Google has about a business from across the web, like the links it uses, the articles it displays, and directories. Google review count and review score factor into local search rankings as well. That means, your reviews that you've got on Google. The more reviews and positive ratings can improve your business's local ranking. Your position in web results is also a factor. So search engine optimization best practices will apply. You can get more information on Google My Business through the link that I've posted there. Okay, one of the best ways is to stand out with photos and videos. Help people see what your business is all about. Add a logo and a cover photo. Without these images, it will be harder for people to recognize your brand online. Show off your location, your products, your handiwork by posting additional photos. Like if you run a restaurant, post pictures of your meals, your menus, and your dining room. Make sure they look appetizing, professional, and aren't low res. 360-degree photos provide visitors interactivity and a good sense of place, enabling them to explore your environment. Those are the photos that move around the room. It shows the whole environment. This is a free service that our digital squad can provide. So check out our link again and book yours today.
Yeah, and that link, there's the link to book a consultation, but also available at the enterprisecenter.ca/digital service squad is the calendar, the booking calendar, and there's an event where you can just directly book a 360 photo shoot, and that will have one of our agents, one of our team members, our squad members come out with a 360 camera, just set it up, get it done. It's a really quick and easy process, non-disruptive to pretty much any business. And because it's just a tiny little camera, you just set it up on a light stand and kind of duck behind a counter and snap away. So it's a really cool addition. And again, this is a free service, so we are really excited to offer that to any business basically in Simcoe, South Georgian Bay.
According to Google, businesses with photos receive 42% more requests for directions and 35% more clicks through to their website. Photos allow potential customers to actually visualize their experience with your business and determine whether it's a good fit for their needs. With the ability to see the outside and inside of your business, the products you create, and the team behind it all, they are better able to trust your business and will feel more confident in choosing you. You can post news, updates, and special offers to Google My Business. It's one of the most effective ways to grab local searchers' attention. You can create posts to inform customers of updates, new products, offers, and events. They're like mini ads for your company, for your company's products and services. By sharing relevant information about your local business, you're contributing to building your location authority. This tells Google that your business is legit. The more you legitimize your business to Google, the higher ranking you will get. Posts can keep your profile fresh, drive sales, and encourage visits to your physical and digital storefront.
I would say too, I always encourage people to just add it onto your kind of roster of places that you are already posting. So like, typically you get in the habit of, or hopefully you'll have a habit of posting content to, your Instagram, your Facebook, your blog probably. And so it's just another place to kind of repurpose that content, maybe take a snippet of the copy if it's a long blog post, and put it in your Google My Business. And you can always link out with a button to the actual blog post where people can read the full thing, or to the article or the product, whatever.
Showcase your products and add events. I love this. You can add products and get the attention of local customers. You can display the product name, the category, the price, and the description of the product. You can add a link to your e-commerce site for orders and purchases. So as you can see in those pictures what it kind of looks like. You can also post event listings, which you can display again, the event name, the description, the dates and the times of the event, and also add an action link to either book or order online or purchase the tickets online, which is awesome. And this is great for local SEO.
Yeah, and I always tell people too, like the product, the ability to put products on there is not necessarily, I don't think the idea is to upload your entire inventory, because that would just be really time consuming, and that's really not what the point of it is. To me, I think it's, because Google My Business is that sort of first interaction with your business, you want to look at it as like a window display, right? In your retail shop, you've got a window. You might put some of your top selling items, some seasonal items, things that are, relevant to consumers right now that might be a time sensitive thing, something on sale. So, a handful of things, 10 items probably at most. And just to give that flavor, what you offer to entice people to come into your shop, right, and buy more.
Yeah, an overview. Awesome. You can add special features and attributes, which I mentioned already. These special features are available for Google My Business accounts depending on the category that you've chosen. So you can choose up to 10 categories for your business. For example, let's say hotels can display the class rating, like whether they're a 4 or 5 star hotel, and a list of amenities that are offered, like Wi-Fi, swimming pool, etc. Restaurants and bars can showcase popular dishes and add links to view menus or links for online orders and reservations. Small and medium-sized businesses can add product catalogs. You can also add factual attributes to your profile to share more info your customers that might care about, like, again, wheelchair accessibility, free Wi-Fi, outdoor seating, that kind of thing. It encourages customers to leave reviews. People trust other people more than they trust business. A good review can be the deciding factor that tips prospective customers in your favor. As mentioned earlier, reviews also improve your Google ranking. The best time to ask for these reviews is after providing an exceptional experience. Whether in store or online, you might want to consider sharing a postcard or an e-receipt that asks for a review from your customer.
I would add to Google reviews can also increase your SEO. I was working with one of our clients through Digital Service Squad, Collingwood Kombucha, a while ago, and we were doing an audit for the business. And when we were looking at the SEO, where they're showing up in search, we tried the search of kombucha near me. And what was really interesting was that, if you're not familiar with the business, they're mostly a wholesaler, and they sell in various retail shops in our area. And one of the really interesting things was that when you searched in Collingwood for kombucha near me, the Blue Mountain Tea Company was coming up right near the top of the map. And what I pinpointed was that the reason was someone had left a review that mentioned Collingwood kombucha in their Google My Business listing. So they were tagging that or pulling it into the search because Google had kind of pieced it together that this retailer sells this product. So that's where you can get it. So it was really interesting. And since then, like I've told a lot of people about that, that kind of realization. And, you know, if there's any opportunity to, it can be a hard thing to do, but if there's any opportunity to encourage your clients, your customers to talk about the specific, you know, products or services that they received in their reviews, then it can get a little bit more prominence. I think Google can pull more information out of that, and it can be and it can be also more helpful just to people who are reading those too. So just a thought, if there's any opportunity to just stick that information in for your clients to be more specific in your reviews. I think that's helpful.
Yeah, exactly. Build trust by responding to all reviews. I did notice that through doing a few audits, a lot of people, a lot of companies were not responding to all reviews. Show current and prospective customers that you value them and their feedback by responding to all reviews. According to Google, businesses that respond to reviews are considered 1.7 times more trustworthy than those that don't. Positive interactions build loyalty. Stay respectful and professional. That goes for negative reviews too. Don't ignore them. Turn things around by listening and addressing the issues raised. Be honest and be sure to offer an apology when it's warranted. If the matter is sensitive, you may want to ask them to send you a private message. That's a button that can be activated in your account, in your Google account listing. I think it's a message button, I'm pretty sure. Responding to reviews is a great way to support your marketing efforts, build buzz to your business, inspire customer loyalty, and call more attention to the great parts of your customer experience. I wanted to mention you can also create a Google My Business website. It's sort of a matter-of-fact thing. We don't normally, it's a tool that allows you to build a free mobile optimized website to represent your business. We don't necessarily recommend it, but it might be worth considering if you have no budget whatsoever, basically. Google will automatically use the information and the photos from your business profile on Google to create a site that you can customize with themes, photos, and text. It is very limited, of course, but your site will automatically update whenever you change your business information or post new photos.
I was just going to add too. Yeah, we don't recommend it for a couple of reasons. I mean, one is that, you know, it's not very customizable. I mean, you can customize the information, but it's not as robust as, you know, using the Square or WordPress or, you know, Wix, that kind of thing. And, you know, certainly we recommend working with a web developer to get something that's going to really have everything you need to sell your products and to, you know, market your business in a more effective way. The other problem too with these websites is that it doesn't, well, you still have to think about like a URL. You have to connect one to it. If you don't, it's just this like long string of code at the top, you know, google.com, and it's you know, unusable, let's say, as a direct link, as opposed to, you know, what I can't think of an example. scissonschainsaws.stoves.com. I guess here on the screen. Even that's kind of long, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
And Google, yeah, all the other numbering system, and yeah, it would be about this long.
Yeah. Oh, it's like I said, it's unusable as a link. But again, yeah, there have been very few occasions where, you know, it's been an option for people who don't have a budget, who just want to get something up really simple. It could even be a placeholder, you know, while you're developing your website. At least this is up with a few photos, some images, to give your brand some prominence.
Great, yeah. Thanks, Ben. Last but not least, a Google My Business account comes with what they call insight. Refine your organic and paid reach with insight. Insights give you an inside look of how people use the search and maps to find your business listing and what they do once they find it. It tracks how many customers search for you, call your business, ask for directions, and click on your photos and more. Knowing what keywords, photos, and actions are most popular can help you adjust your profile and even inform the content you create for other social media. Making the most of Google My Business is a must for any business on social media, but especially important for local small businesses. Case studies have shown that businesses in a high competitive industry should be using Google My Business to optimize their business online in order to create a jump on their competition. You need to be where customers are looking. If you aren't, they won't find you. They will find your competition. There we go. Oh, Ben, you're muted.
Thank you very much. I wanted to mention that we will get to some questions. Feel free to drop them in the Q&A or the chat. We have one already, but as you know, to mention that Karen mentioned that she's written a few, she said, digital audits. I think we can stop saying a few. She's written a lot of digital audits.
Yeah, probably 50 or more.
Yeah, that's a lot. So so definitely, I think, you know, you have a lot of insight into some of those best practices, a lot of common I don't want to say missteps, but just common areas that are overlooked with Google My Business. What would you say are some of the most commonly overlooked?
Wow. Well, hours sometimes. Yeah, which you mentioned before. Logo, a lot of times not putting in like your branding, your logo. That was another one. A cover photo or photos. A lot of people just don't put photos of inside their business, who works for them. Like people, the more you get personalized sort of with your business, I find the better engagement you get. People respond to more personal companies where they're sort of transparent. They show who works there, what their business is like inside, the services that they provide, even pictures of customers being happy, and it just seems to get a lot more engagement than anybody else. What else is missing? Location is pretty good. Phone number, yes, how to get a hold of you is sometimes missing too. So whether you have a website or a phone or email address or that kind of thing, that's really important because somebody needs to talk to you eventually. What else? Can you think of anything else?
Yeah, no, I think, like you mentioned, I think too, the responding to reviews
Oh,
can be really
oh,
critical.
that's very critical.
And I think people are still learning about the product and the posts and the events.
Yeah.
I think what's really interesting. I mean, it was probably more effective prior to COVID, obviously, but what I was really surprised by to learn about the Google events was that they were really clearly trying to take on Facebook with event listings, where you could post an event when you do a search for like events near me or any specific event in Google. Now it will come up with kind of like how you do, that near me search brings up the map. Well, an event search will actually bring up these event listings, and it'll show you like kind of where they are, what time are they at, kind of thing. Ticketed event, here's a link. So it's a really cool thing. It was until,
COVID,
until public events kind of took a hit.
Yeah.
But I think, it's still a place where you can share things like webinars, virtual events, and all those kinds of things. So definitely have a look and keep that in mind, I would say.
And and the onset of people going online for stores, all of a sudden going online now, as opposed to brick and mortar, they can display, as we said before, their products, and that gives people that are online something to look at and say, oh, you offer that. Oh, I can get that there. Again, back to local shopping too, which is a good promotional aspect of Google My Business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially now with Christmas coming.
Yeah, and so speaking of COVID and some of the changes that have been sort of forced upon businesses, it's a good segue, I think, into this question. That one of the challenges I have not figured out with Google My Business is how to show the location is closed but not permanently closed. So they're a seasonal location, but are available year-round by telephone, email, etc. How do I show that on my Google My Business? All I can see is hours or permanently closed. And so, well, I know back in the spring, Google was pretty quick to sort of deploy a temporarily closed function as part of the listing. And you can find that in your dashboard, right on the main part of the dashboard on the right-hand side, if I'm not mistaken, to mark your business as temporarily closed. I think they did it also, like, I knew that a lot of seasonal businesses had been kind of bugging Google, or not bugging, but just, asking for that kind of feature for a long time. So I think the sort of economic shutdown really kind of pushed them to enable that. But it is, I don't know if it is, ideal for still letting people know that you're available by phone or email, because it does put a red banner across the top of the listing saying that this business is temporarily closed. And I know a lot of other businesses have asked about changing to by appointment only. That's a common one as well. And unfortunately, there's really there's no good answer for that one that we've found yet, or that Google has implemented. I think what I always come back to, and even, it's, I think, applicable for the seasonal businesses as well, is utilizing those posts. So, doing posts about your change of hours, your seasonality, doing posts about, there's actually a specific COVID update post that you can create. And I think they actually implemented those like really quickly in the spring, early winter, late winter, early spring, to give prominence to those posts, so that, you know, it was getting the information out to people about, you know, what's happening with your business, so that your customers aren't left in the dark. So yeah, so unfortunately there's, as far as I know, there's no real great answer for that, other than, you know, utilizing those posts. You can remove your hours maybe, or put in your description that you're a seasonal business, that you're still available by phone, by email, and just try and make it, give as many opportunities to get that information to people as possible.
I did notice one thing. When I think I made a few changes to my listing, and right at the top, Google is stating that because of COVID, things are moving a little more slowly. So just bear that in mind if you are making changes to your listing. It may not happen instantaneously. I did notice that, because I guess they're behind, and you know, they probably don't have as much staff, and or whatever the reasonings are, COVID, and so just keep that in mind.
We also have we have a question here. Is the 360 photos, is it available to businesses in the Parry Sound area? Unfortunately, that's out of our service area, but you might check if there is a local digital service squad. Then it has been a pretty standard feature, I guess, or a standard service that squad members have been providing across the province. So maybe check with your local BIA or enterprise center if you have one in your area, and see if there's someone there that might be able to do that. Are there any other questions so far? I think we've gotten to all of them.
I just wanted to add to another thing with adding Google My Business listing. When you're putting in your social media links and your website links, you are creating backlinks. Again, SEO strategic here as well. It'll help you with your rating. So those are really good links to have as well.
Awesome.
Right, which brings up an interesting question. I know.
Oh
Karen,
no!
I know.
You're not going there.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there because I think people are quite. It's another one of those common questions, I think, which is the question is, how do you get your social media links onto your Google My Business listing? Because it's not very obvious. There is no place you know, within your dashboard to just put in those links. And that can be very frustrating for a lot of people. So Karen is one of those people who's faced some frustration with that. Karen, you want to tell people about sort of your struggle to get?
Well, I still don't have them, and I thought I nipped it in the butt, but obviously I didn't. I just thought Google was behind, which they are, but it turns out that it's really a Google thing. You're not physically putting those links on your Google My Business site. Google puts them on. And some ways of getting them to put it on would require you to make sure that Facebook and Instagram are all listed, your icons are in your website. So they're prominently displayed in your website, probably in your header and in your footer, so that they can eventually link the two together so that they know this Facebook is attached to this website, etc. So I have done that, and that's been a thing on my website too for a while. Again, making sure your Google My Listing is totally complete with all the information. They will, as we were talking about rankings, if you have a lot of reviews, again, it's all this sort of interaction between Google and you and your website and all of your platforms. That's really all I can say. They're going to do it. So if you become more well known and the people are searching for you, those things will eventually get put on your site. I don't know if you want to add anything else, Ben. I just find I still don't have the correct information, and I've been Google searching it for quite some time now. There is information on YouTube about how to do it, but it's still not doing it for me, so I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that story. You know, sometimes we do run into problems.
Yeah.
We're not always able to solve everything, at least not overnight.
No.
But you know, we will do our best, to continue digging through forums and support pages and things to try and find those answers to get you kind of well set up. And yeah, speaking of troubleshooting too, I was thinking about just mentioning that another common problem that I've found working with businesses is that that login gets lost a lot. So losing access to your Google My Business listing is a very common problem, and it's something that we can help with too. So again, it is one of those things though, kind of like the links where there's maybe different approaches to it. There's different roadblocks in the way, but you know, we can certainly help troubleshoot that, go down some of those paths to try and reclaim. Sometimes it's really easy, actually. You just say, I'm the rightful owner of this. They'll send a link to the person who, like, to the email address that it's assigned to. And if they don't hear back within, I think it's like 2 weeks, then they'll just give you the listing. So it can be easy. It's not always that easy, but you know, we can always troubleshoot those problems with you if you're having.
As with anything, if we do not know, we will find out.
We'll Google it. We'll ask other squad members. We will, run it up the chain of digital Main Street and see what kind of answers we get back.
Great.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
I think that looks like it.
Okay.
So thank you, Karen. Thank you, Maggie, for joining us.
Thank you, Ben.
Karen, for putting that together, and thanks everyone for joining us.
Oh, and next week?
That's right. What do we have next week? Do you know?
Next week is, oh no, Maggie.
Come on, guys.
Here, I have it right here. So next week is November 25th already. And we are doing digital marketing ROI, how to get a return on your investment. And actually, that's a good follow-up to, I think, the very informative talk from Terry O'Reilly. I think he kind of, he was asked that same question. And it is a hard question to answer. So I made sure to write down, make some notes on his response. But yeah, so Wednesday, November 25th at 10 a.m. We will be doing that digital marketing ROI, how to get a return on your investment. And it's free to register. You can register at the enterprisecenter.ca events calendar there. So join us for that. We look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning, and have a great rest of your week. Or
Thank
this
you,
morning,
everybody.
it's this afternoon. Yeah, have a great day. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.